This is what it's all about. You already know this is going to be a good one. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat. The bell rings. This match is underway and they get off to a hot start. Steamboat already on the middle turnbuckle. Getting a feel for each other early on. These two know each other so well. Battles against each other all over the world. Whether it's for the world title or not, these two put on a classic every single time. Right now, it's Steamboat who has Flair grounded into the mat. This headlock, Ric Flair trying to work his way back up to his feet. Look at the positioning of where the back leg is trying to push Flair back, but Flair putting his hand on the side of the head of Steamboat to be able to push back, to work on pulling himself up. Steamboat doing what he can to keep the pressure on. Flair sends Steamboat into the ropes to force the break. Up and over. Oh! And a nice hip toss by Steamboat and follows it up with a side headlock takeover. Early on, we're seeing some nice offense here from Ricky Steamboat. Now it's a matter of the comeback for the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, the NWA World Champion. This position is working out very well for Ricky Steamboat, continuing to do what he can to keep the world champion grounded. That's just what you have to do. Slow the pace down a little bit. Get the adrenaline of your opponent that keeps them pumping up and fueled. Let their heart rate go down. Then they get tired. But at the same time, you're almost doing that to yourself in the process. Well, you are doing that to yourself in the process. Because not only are you keeping your opponent grounded, but you're keeping yourself grounded. However, Steamboat does well in both situations, whether it's jumping off the top rope to risk it all or keeping his opponent grounded. A very well-rounded inside the squared circle. And Flair goes for the midsection. Oh, Flair tried to counter, but a counter for his counter with a backslide by Steamboat, who returns to a side headlock takeover. Flair realizing his shoulders were down, once again turning his way over to his stomach facing towards the mat, trying to get back up to his feet. This is a good position for Flair. Being on his knees allows for any pressure that would be put on the neck wrenching back to be alleviated just a little bit, because he's not driving the neck all the way back, because if Flair was flattened, there would be a lot more damage done to the back of the neck. However, Flair once more looking to work his way back up to his feet and continuing to wrench on the neck of Flair. And they're up. Flair. Oh! And it gets right back on. However, Flair counter. He's got Steamboat up, but Steamboat drives Flair down once more. Not a good look for the Nature Boy as he tries in his ventures to break free of the grip of Ricky Steamboat, who is just not showing any give towards the Nature Boy. Nothing for Flair whatsoever. Flair trying to change the positioning, trying to pop his head out and get the positioning behind Steamboat, and he does. The head pops out, had control of the waist, but goes right around. First, transitioning hammerlock to headlock. Great quickness from the challenger. It's just how swift that Ricky Steamboat is with it. He's so clean. There are no errors in his technical ability inside the ring. And Flair with the knee to the midsection as he has Steamboat in the corner and comes in with a knife edge chop that makes the challenger wince in pain. Up and over. Sunset flip. It seemed there was a little bit of a miscalculation there at first, but still able to get Flair over. Flair has Steamboat in the corner. Steamboat trying to push Flair away. Oh, went for a shot. However, this time it's Steamboat who comes back with a shotgun-like chop of his own. Stunning the champion. The eyes of the champion went wide when he realized he was struck with a chop of his own. Usually the chops are in the plan, the playbook of Ric Flair. However, we just saw it being used against him, and it certainly caught him off guard, but not off guard enough to take him out of the game. You can never take the game out of the player. And for Ric Flair, there's nobody like the Nature Boy, the dirtiest player in the game. And these two now fight on the outside of the ring. This is where it gets dangerous, but Flair is quick to get back inside. A nice hammer to Flair off the top. Knocking Flair. Flair falls face first, silly into the mat. Talk about getting knocked around silly. These two are hitting each other with everything they've got. They are not holding anything back. No punches pulled here. But every time one of them has a shot, the other one responds. But that last one by Steamboat took down Flair. Steamboat went for the cover, but Flair was able to kick out. And Steamboat returns right to a headlock. But look at where the pressure is this time. It's not on the side. It's right behind. Stuck in between where the forearm and in the middle of the forearm and the bicep. Oh, the positioning has changed. Now once more is on the side. From a regular headlock to a side headlock. Oh, back up. Lands on his feet. Oh, an atomic drop. Bottoms up for Flair. And Flair gets sent hard across the way. Spine first into that top turnbuckle. And a crash landing on the floor. Here at All Japan Pro Wrestling. And it was Steamboat who used one of the chairs in the front row to his advantage, smashing the face of Flair into the seat. As the fans got up, realizing that chaos could ensue right in front of them, don't want to get in harm's way. Flair gets the shoulder into the midsection of Ricky Steamboat. And an elbow to the back of the head stuns the challenger as Flair finally gets back in the ring. And whips Steamboat across the way into the ropes. And an elbow, highly calculated by Flair, rams into the chest of Steamboat. What could Flair be thinking? Is he thinking pile driver? And driving Ricky Steamboat clean on his head. But Steamboat able to kick out at one. Flair looking for a gut wrench, and he gets it. Taking down Steamboat, this time for two. Previous cover was one, this time was two. His moves are getting more effective. I can't believe that Steamboat kicked out of a pile driver at one. I'm absolutely astounded that he has that much after what these two have already put each other through in this match. Another leap by Steamboat, showing great agility. And that last knife edge chop that Flair ran right into sent him to the floor. And a shot to the head of Flair coming down from the apron. Flair Gets sent face first onto that wooden table. Flair sweeps the leg of Steamboat. Oh boy, this is not going to be good for Steamboat whatsoever. And the leg of Steamboat gets rammed into the steel post. This is not where you want to be if you're Ricky Steamboat. It gets worse and worse. This is dangerous territory. Trying to pull off the rope. A hard landing on the back for Steamboat. Flair is very specific on his positioning for how he wants to calculate his attacks on his challenger who was coming for gold. He himself, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, looking to keep the gold. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. And right now, Ric Flair is the man to beat, the man with the gold. As he drives Steamboat's knee in full effect, damage continues to be done on the leg, weakening and loosening that knee, that leg up for that figure four leg lock of his. That'll certainly be enough to hold on to his world title. Perhaps looking to suplex Steamboat back in the ring. He's got Steamboat high. Vertical suplex. Held for a few seconds to let the blood rush to the head for added effect. But still, Ricky Steamboat stays with it. Impressive by Steamboat to say the least. And the knee gets dropped on the head of Steamboat. Flair once more goes for the covers. He hooks the far leg. But not quite enough to put away Steamboat. And knee. Oh, look at that. Flair went for another drop of the knee. However, Steamboat caught the leg. Steamboat. Oh, look at this. How the tables have turned. You thought it'd be Flair to be the first to go after that figure four leg lock. But how ironic would this be if Flair was forced to tap to his own submission to lose the NWA World Championship in the center of the ring, to be forced to tap out. Flair writhing in pain. But if there's any man who knows how to get out of it, it's Flair as he tries to pull his way back to the ropes. And he does. Ric Flair finding the bottom rope, forcing the rope break. The referee telling Steamboat he's got to let go. Otherwise, he'll be disqualified. And that only favors the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, because he will leave as NWA World Champion on a disqualification. And an elbow rams into the head of Steamboat. These two trading blows. Flair sends Steamboat in the ropes, but Steamboat picking up some steam. He's got the crossbody. But Flair kicks out. And Steamboat now picking up Flair for a suplex of his own. You saw one moment ago from Flair, but Steamboat returns the favor. And Flair able to kick out at two. Steamboat drives the knee into the face of Flair. And a split. Oh. Nope, maybe not a splash as Flair able to get the knees up into the midsection of Ricky Steamboat. A hard landing onto the midsection, especially this deep into this match. It'll certainly mess with your breathing. And being able to stay fully focused, Steamboat lands on Flair, and Flair stays alive. These two are making everybody question who's going to win this one. It's any man's game here. Flair dumping Steamboat to the floor. Steamboat quickly finds himself back in the ring despite the damage that's been done to him. Flair coming with blows to the back now. Shot, now chops, and now hammering away with these rights. Heavily hand-picked attacks. Very wise of Flair to be so focused on where he targets these attacks on Steamboat. Steamboat counters Flair and nails a suplex. A suplex has been landed once more onto Flair. Perhaps Steamboat. I was going to say perhaps Steamboat could be ready to put Flair away, but Flair, who is still fighting back with everything he's got, doesn't seem to be ready to be put away. Oh, counter. The momentum of Flair used against him with a press high and crashes low as he burns into the mat. And the knee hard into the chest by Steamboat. Cover. Flair, great ring awareness, able to get his boot on the bottom rope. You had to know. Flair was really close to the bottom rope. And there's a reason he's the world champion. You don't be world champion and not know where you are at all times when you're in the ring. And another press and slam into the mat by Steamboat. Flair missing his shots. Steamboat getting all of the momentum right now. And just sends Flair into the mat. What could Steamboat be thinking? Is he thinking it? He heads up high. High cross body, but Flair reversed the momentum. And Flair got the victory. What a counter of momentum and the brilliance of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. An unfortunate ending for Ricky Steamboat. One hell of a performance for Steamboat, but Flair just wanted it that much more. And that's why Ric Flair is leaving as the NWA World Champion. And the respect, a handshake, and a great deal of respect. This is what professional wrestling is all about. Great sportsmanship shown between these two as Ric Flair holds the cup, holds the gold. Flair is victorious.